Hello there, Golfer here, and welcome back to some more Dragon Age Inquisition. So we just finished up the, I guess the main story. We're just gonna go talk to people now.
Am I imagining it? Or do we have a moment to breathe? I can scarcely believe it. Conclave, Haven. It seems so long ago. You should hear the stories they're telling in the barracks. Pride in their voices. Some of the soldiers have requested leave to return home, but many would follow us still. You are proof that the Inquisition has made a difference, and that we will continue to do so.
Our soldiers put their trust in you, Cullen. I appreciate everything you've done.
I should be thanking you. You gave me a chance to prove myself. In your place, I'm not sure I would have done the same. I should let you mingle. I'm sure everyone desires your attention. Enjoy the party.
So this is reminiscent of the throne scene in the first game.
Help stop an ancient Magister Darkspawn. Not every Warden recruit gets to say that. Thanks to you, I do.
I'm not sure I want to say it gives you credibility.
We couldn't have done it without you.
You've done enough for me. Forget the flattery. So now that you've saved the world, what's next? Hoping to put it all back together?
It'll be a huge undertaking.
If anyone can do it, you can. If you ever need my help, you know where to find me. I'll be ready.
Retire to your quarters. I just saw that. You know what that means? Editing!
I've been starting to think about putting all this into a book. Right now I'm thinking, this shit is weird, the Inquisitor Llewellyn story. It's a working title.
I'm glad you've gone back to writing.
Well, nothing's certain until it's in print. I still haven't decided if I should do this book. As if anyone will believe this story if I tell it. Not to mention I'll have my hands full with reconstruction and relief efforts in the free marches as soon as I get back.
I think you should write the book.
You should write the book.
I'll see what I can do once I get home. I'm not leaving for a while yet, though. We'll have to get in at least one game of Wicked Grace before I go. Curly needs to win back some of his dignity.
So, demons, dragons, giant asshole Vint on a big magic rock. You don't let it get dull, boss. Good stuff.
You helped make it possible, Bull.
That's what they pay me for. The Ben Hathrath are still worried about the Inquisition's power. Happy Corypheus is dead, though. I expect they'll call me back for a more detailed report. Not many experts on demons and old magisters under the cube.
You're happy to go back to living under the Cune.
I think... yeah. Iron Bull was fun, but it's time to be Canary again. I think I'll be ready when they call me in. Corypheus was a busy guy. I figure we've still got some cleanup work to do. But not tonight. Tonight, we get shit-faced one last time. To us, being alive, and the bad guys not.
You kind of missed, it looks like.
They're all happy. There's still fear. But you helped them all. You healed what was hurt. They don't want to forget what happened, even if it gives them nightmares. It would hurt less, but it matters to them.
The fear reminds people of what they fought for. It gives the victory significance.
It's part of being people. I know. I don't understand, but they need it. I think I could return to the Fade if I tried. I'm light enough to slip through, but I'd like to stay and help for a while, if that's all right. I can still help people here.
For tonight, we remind the world and each other that we're alive.
Yes. Because of you. Thank you for letting me stay.
Finally got a party, yeah? A bit of fun for saving the world. It's the least Andraste's herald deserves for making things normal again. Except for, you know, everything ever again. I mean, is this for us or for her? Or, you know, him? Because I was there and I still don't know what's real.
Let the philosophers worry about that. Tonight is for celebrating.
Still some things to do yet, right? Because I'm in no hurry to go back to Valrio. That's where I was. You mind if people still stay around? Or whatever?
I could use the company. Because this doesn't seem like it'll end.
Oh, poor leader of everything. Alright, enough of that. Is this a party or what? Raise them
So
for
she
women.
is the only follower that I'm not a fan of. I don't hate her or anything like that, but I'm not a fan of her. And it's kind of interesting. The way that I see her is that she's not afraid to speak her mind and she can be brutally honest. And because I see her in that light, some of the things that she has said, which some people could interpret very, very poorly. In fact, it's kind of hard not to. I can kind of let slide, you know, given everything that's happened. So, she's the only follower that I'm not a fan of. And I think that's fine. I think the fact that there's a follower that, you know, you don't really like is fine. I think I mean, it's just relationships. That happens. But, I mean, I really like Iron Bull, Varric, of course. You can't hate Varric. If you hate Varric, then you obviously haven't played the second game.
I was passing through the hall this morning and a serving girl saw me and squealed. Actually squealed, dropped her laundry and everything. Such a mess. She was completely breathless. You were at the battle with the evil one, weren't you? I didn't even get a chance to answer. She hugged me. This is your influence.
You were there! So yeah, you're a hero.
That's what happens when you're a hero.
Is that so? Must be why it's so unfamiliar. Mind you, I can't say I hate the notion of being the good Tevinter. I suppose you can't all be evil bastards. The blacksmith said that, and he spat when we first met. I hope my father hears. He will shit his small clothes from shock, I swear.
I appreciate everything you've done for us.
So you should. Being appreciated is a nice change of pace, though. I'm also pleased to come out of it alive. I wasn't expecting that.
You thought you'd die?
Didn't you? The hero dies in all the best stories. Anything else just sounds so implausible. I've decided to stay with the Inquisition. For now.
You will?
Tevinter lacked the presence of my best and only friend. It'll keep.
Ugh, I should never have hired a new caterer so late.
Leave it be, Josie. Everything's fine.
It is not! I'm so sorry, nothing's quite as it should be. Do you like the drinks? I'm not sure about them.
The drinks are fine. It's been a wonderful evening.
I hope you're not saying that. You're not, are you? What a disaster. Someone was late, the invitation to our guests barely went out at all, and it was so wonderful to prepare for a small banquet instead of the end of the world. Do you know what everyone is talking about tonight, from commoners to kings? Us. Dedas is discussing the success of the Inquisition.
You played no small part in our rise to power.
You had a role yourself, if I recall correctly. Truly,
You did great support.
Never forget those we lost, but for tonight, to victory.
Enjoying the refreshments? Josephine sent all the way to the capital for the petit four.
Oh, I love tiny cakes. There's so many. Which should I try first?
I would avoid the dark ones topped with gold dust. Deep mushroom and anise. An awful combination, but it's quite popular in Val Royeaux. I believe they call it the exquisite misery. Ole. Why did we save her again? To you, Inquisitor, for all you've done.
I can't believe it's over. It seemed an impossible task. Defy the Chantry, build the Inquisition from nothing, defeat a creature that would be a god. And yet here we are, celebrating.
Had your doubts about me, did you?
About you? Never. I intend to rebuild the Seekers of Truth, to make us the order we were meant to be. That will take time. Meanwhile, I am free to remain with the Inquisition. I think back to how we first met, and here you stand. You are the Inquisitor, a symbol of hope and change to so many. And you are my friend. How did that happen, I wonder? I'm pleased it did. You are a great man, and I will always stand at your side.
So much to do, my dear. I've already.
Why does it go behind every time?
I have nothing at all appropriate for a divine's coronation. Of course, nothing is final until the vote, but whispers from the Grand Cathedral are confident. But that will wait. Are you enjoying the celebration? Josephine was in a frenzy arranging it.
As a matter of fact, I am.
This is all for you, darling. Enjoy yourself. You've earned it. Go mingle. The night is still young.
Okay, let me see if there's anyone else to talk to. Like how I can open, it says I can still open that, but nope. Okay, time for probably an edit, because YouTube and stuff. Plus, I'm not really going to show stuff like that on my channel. Heyo.
May I join you? I wanted to catch you. The celebrations appear to be winding down with the sunrise. I've never witnessed such a lovely sight.
Oh, what should I do? I think the joke would be funny.
I am standing right here, you know.
Shall I compare you to the sun?
Go on. Write a few couplets.
I could not do you justice. It's been good to have this celebration, free of what the future holds. Whatever awaits us, my lord, I know only one thing. I would never have you face it alone.
Tis said that Corypheus woke after his long slumber and found the world gone awry. He fought to bring back those days of magic and shadow, to raise himself as a god and set things right. Now, we are left with a scar in the sky to remind us of what almost was. It tells us that a great victory against chaos was won, but left the world forever changed. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Empress Celine remains on her golden throne. The civil war is ended, Gaspar is defeated. But it is said Briala yet plots her return from exile. The Empress now faces a war in the shadows. Elven daggers rule the night, and spies follow her every move.
And that's it? Any different than before? How?
For Celine, her gratitude towards the Inquisition has remained strong. Some claim she clings too tightly to the Alliance. Others know it is all that stands between her and defeat. The Grey Wardens of the South slowly rebuild in the months following the events at Adamant. They declare it time for the Order to emerge from the shadows, to join the rest of humanity in fighting their ancient foes. Rumors abound that they severed ties with their leaders at Weishaupt, and that a bitter war now rages between them. What becomes of Hawke is unknown, save that all news out of Weishaupt soon ends. Does
That's
the
not
sudden
good.
silence indicate a battle within? Or something far worse?
Hawke, no!
1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry shocks the world by naming Vivian as successor to the Sunburst throne.
Interesting.
Given the name Divine Victoria, she is the first mage to hold the position, and the uproar is immediate. 3 revolts follow in quick succession, and her response is immediate and vicious. For months, chaos reigns. Some say it is only her warm relationship with the Inquisition that ensures her victory. To the surprise of many, she reinstates the Circle of Magi and creates a Templar order firmly leashed to her hand. Mages rise quickly in the new circle, having more freedom and responsibility than ever before, even if all true power lies with her. For now, the Chantry remains united.
I'm okay with her compared to Liliana. Out of the 3, Liliana was actually the least. Cassandra was the top, she was in the middle. So it's acceptable. I imagine because I had Cassandra rebuild the Seekers.
Those Templars of the Inquisition who were recruited at Therenfall Redoubt are left with a choice. Many follow in the footsteps of Commander Cullen, going through the slow and agonizing process of lyrium withdrawal. This frees many to join the Seekers of Truth under Cassandra, a renewed order dedicated to justice for all.
So overall, that might have actually ended up being a better result.
And what of the Inquisition itself? Its military might has grown, now rivaling that of kingdoms. Fear of the Inquisition's army has become the true source of its power. I leave Skyhold now, knowing that power will continue to grow. The Inquisitor is a symbol to many, a leader of the changing world order. To others, he has become a target. They linger in the shadows, waiting for their day to come. When it does, the Inquisition shall stand ready.
Thank you, Claudia. You know, Morgan's voice actress. Anyway, so that was, for what's been summed up, it was pretty much very close to the ending that I wanted. I'm surprised that there was nothing kind of more explicit in terms of the relationship, so I didn't need to edit anything. However, that's fine, because we all know that they do. It's, you know what it is. So thoughts, they said completionists should take about 200 hours to finish this game, and I'm shocked by that number. Because I'm not even 100 hours yet, and I'm done with the game, and I went very completionist. So either I missed entire areas, which I don't think is the case, because I looked at a complete world map for all the locations, and aside from possibly one location, which I believe is story-specific, i.e. I joining with the mages instead of the Templars, I went to all the areas, and I've done pretty much everything. I found all the locations, I found all the ruins and stuff. I find it kind of difficult to believe that there's still 100 hours of content in this game, unless you spend all the time trying to find like all the little bits and pieces, which is totally plausible. I'll have to go in and look, because I'm still missing some of the bottles, I'm still missing some of the stuff, and that's not a real big deal for me. But, you know, it's very possible that extra 100 hours could be just for looking. However, I would never do that. I'd wait until they get, like, map guides out, and then I just run to the specific locations. Because at this point, it's not... Finding the information stuff is not as important. What I'm really hoping... They seem to be kind of hinting either towards the next game or possibly some DLC, though I don't think that this game is going to have any DLC outside of the multiplayer. I believe that was something that they talked about, so we might have to do... next game might be kind of focused on Hawk again, which would be interesting, giving Hawk a second chance in terms of having a decent game, in terms of what happened at Weishaupt. So that's very interesting. I wasn't so much under the opinion that the Wardens were going to end up fighting, though it may very well be because they've decided to become more present in their roles instead of just against the Blight. So that could be what happened there. And I don't think a war is a good idea between the Wardens. It also leaves the possibility of something other than Corypheus, because there were 7 Magisters, I want to say. And so far we only know of 2. I want to say there were 7, but there could have been more or less, I don't remember. But so far we only know of 2. The first, of course, being the Architect, which was in Dragon Age Origins Awakening, the expansion pack there. So there's still potentially a lot of room for big events happening in the story, and there's still a lot of stuff that's, you know, not answered. We don't know the kind of the end fate of the Warden, Hawk, even the Inquisitor at this point. We don't know what happened to the Architect. We don't know what's exactly going on with the Blight. It's seeming to me like they got the idea of with the story as in, this is bad, as in the Blight, but then it's something far worse is going to be showing up. And even worse than this. And I imagine it's going to be something close to like a Blight that engulfs the entire world almost all at once. How they put that into a game, I would love to see. And also, how they continue on, because this is definitely not the last game, because there's just so many questions, and this game did so well. It's definitely not the last game. So, I really want to see how they continue to branch it out, because they were talking about how they have like this 3D model with all their different choices, and how they go about, and so they can visually see it, and all the different choices, and what cuts off what, and what you can do there, are they ever going to get to the point where they almost have to make more than one game in one game? And that would be kind of interesting. Like, the paths are so totally different. And I'm not 100% sure because, for this example, because I never actually played the other playthrough type thing. But for The Witcher 2, there were actually 2 paths you could take. You could decide with the non-humans or the humans. And apparently both were substantially different to the point that you didn't even go to some areas. And you went to different areas and new areas, depending. So that's something that I kind of want to see in the future BioWare game. I'm hoping that they're kind of already starting at least the concept, the story. I really love the kind of that they really try to tell a story, and that leaves for a much better impact than play Kingdoms of Amalur, which I just recently played. Like, the story there was not really centered. It was just kind of like, here's an RPG that's fun, combat's fun, play the game. So that's something that, you know, I really liked about this. Was such a deep story. I really liked the fact that I laughed out loud because of some of my companions was great. I really liked Cassandra in this one. She was great. I had absolutely nothing against her from the second one. You kind of see a little bit of her personality there. You also get to see her personality if you watch the Seekers of Truth movie, which was basically an anime. I believe it was completely an anime. I watched it. I think it's on Hulu, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's kind of like her origin story, and it's quite interesting there. But yeah, the fact that her conduct to make me laugh out loud was great. There's one of my favorite scenes overall, though, was the gambling and the drinking together. I think that was great. That was a really good way to kind of set the mood with everyone. So I'm very happy. This is one of the few EA games that I'm happy. I mean, I would give this, out of 10, I'd give it a 9. And out of that, maybe a 9.5. I didn't go too deep into the crafting system, which is something that I think that I should have probably done more. I kind of looked at it off camera. But that being said, yeah, all the legal stuff. Not my game. But anyway, this is great. I love it. I would really... I see Apple Link in there. What the heck? I would really recommend it. Play your own game. Once again, there are different things that can happen depending on the choices that are made. You can see in the part 0, which is the keep. It's a great game. You could possibly wait for a sale, but I think it's worth the full 60, and I don't say that often. Not many games I'd say are worth the full 60. In fact, I bought the deluxe, which was 80, and I think it was totally worth it. So, it's a good game. Hopefully it still has more to play. It's just going to be like an after credits stuff going down. And well, yeah, I really liked it. Honestly, aside from the frame drops, I have absolutely nothing bad to say about this game. It was really enjoyable.
I knew you would come. You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Red Wolf.
I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber. The failure was mine. I should pay the price. But the people... they need me. I am so sorry.
I am sorry as well, old friend.
Awesome! So Flemeth? Oh, this is interesting. So Flemeth is now dead. I don't know if he necessarily just killed her. He may have taken her upon himself. Sure, he was the Dreadwolf. Whoa! That's big! I am shocked. I like how the area is basically empty now. Josephine's there, Varric's there, Vivienne's there. So only Cole is gone. Hopefully he didn't take all of his things with him. Let's talk to Josephine real quick. Wow, it's running so much smoother because there's so many less people here. I did not make that decision.
If she can quell unrest, Lady Vivienne will hold more power than any mage in southern Thedas. May I pass on an observation?
Please do.
I realize you and Madame Vivienne have become friendly, Inquisitor. But I wonder how she'll reshape the Chantry. You may recall her views are somewhat conservative on these matters.
She actually wanted Cassandra, so...
It's so good to see you.
Oh, that's it! I can't even talk to her anymore. What is this quest here for? It's just the war room? Huh. I mean, obviously I still have to kill the other dragons. So that's like the one quest that's still left up. But then it's like, what to do? Aside from killing them just to kill them, there's not really a need for me to do so. Morgan's gone, which isn't surprising. There's nothing new on the board. I have so much power. So if I were to replay this game, things I would differently...
The Chantry has yet to collapse on itself. That's...
Overall, I would definitely not do the requisitions. Like, probably at all. I have 300 power, and there's no way I did that much. You don't even have to do those. You can just keep all of them for yourself. I would spend the money like I did, though, and that's where most of my excess power came from. I realized that. Is Vivienne here? She is. Interesting, interesting. Let's go talk to her. Since that seems pretty significant.
I'm dreadfully busy preparing for my coronation.
So it still hasn't happened yet. We gotta... I'm guessing that the after credits, or the before credits rather, was further in the future than this, which is an interesting way to
Enjoying
do
yourself, I gather. Being the divine elect suits you.
I suspect that being divine will suit me far better. I shall be glad when the ceremony is done.
I could use your help again dealing with some Inquisition matters.
Of course, my dear. For you, anything.
Okay. This goes up. No, it just goes outside. Okay, so we do have some quests. We have the breeding grounds here. That's broken. Nothing, 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 nothing. So aside from, like, collectibles, that's taken care of. I'm only missing 2 bottles. High Dragons, Dragon Hunter. Yeah, I figured that. Now, is there any way for me to see where those bottles are? Would I have to figure out, like, exactly what bottles they are, too? That's annoying. Interesting. Nope. Pretty sure I got all the landmarks. Yep. Mosaics. Did my game freeze? Looks like it did. Okay, well, you know what? It's fine. I mean, aside from collections and killing F4 dragons, there's nothing else for me to do. So I think what I will probably do is we'll have 2 to 3 more videos. At some point, not now, I'm going to be busy playing other things. So there may be a gap between them, but we'll have that, and we'll go hunt those last 3 dragons. And then maybe I'll make a special video with the dragons and stuff. We'll see. Okay, so yeah, I'm cutting this video off here. Thank you all very much for watching, and God bless.